Hello students, here it is a question in GATE 2021 from the subject Compiler Design CD, and this question is also based on the programming concepts. So here I am calling this question is a CD plus programming. Here one program snippet is given, a C programming snippet is given. And the question is, assume that the variable y points to a struct allocated on the heap containing two fields f1 and f2. Here in the program snippet it is given y to f1, y to f2. Okay. And the local variables x, y, z, p, q and I are allotted registers. Now question is completely lying on this statement. Common sub-expression elimination optimization is applied on the code. The number of additions and dereference operations of the form y to f1, y to f2 in the optimized code respectively are. So here first we need to understand what is meant by common sub-expression. An expression E is said to be common sub-expression. Suppose A equal to B plus C. This B plus C I can call a common sub-expression if and only if the values of either B or C is not changed between the statements. Means here we do have one more statement, D equal to B plus C. Between these two statements, neither value of B nor value of C is changed, or we can call redefined. Because the value of B or C is not changed, whatever the value is resulted of the computation of B plus C, the same value you are going to expect here for the computation of B plus C. Then we call this B plus C is a common sub-expression. If it is a common sub-expression, instead of recomputing B plus C for the second time, we can use the value of B plus C whose value is assigned to A in place of B plus C for the second time, so that we can avoid the recomputation of B plus C. This is one of the optimization technique in the code among the code optimization techniques in the compiler design. Suppose we do have a statement A equal to B plus C. And here the value of B is changed to some value of D plus E. And here we do have one more statement, P equal to B plus C. Now here you observe B plus C and B plus C are the same expressions. But these two B plus C's are not considered as a common sub-expression. Why? Because the value of B here it is redefined with some different value. So that whatever the value computed here and the value computed here definitely not the same. Why? Because the value of B is redefined. So we cannot call B plus C in these two places are common sub-expressions. If it is to be a common sub-expressions, no variable involved in that expression is going to be redefined. If it is not redefined, the value of that expression will be same at this point, at this point. Instead of recomputing, we have to make use of the value so that we can avoid recomputation of the expression. That expressions are called common sub-expressions. Here, this question is based on common sub-expressions. Now, what is the question? We have to find the optimized code of the program segment given. And in the optimized code, it requires to find the number of additions and dereference operations, how many. There are some options are given. We have to find which option is correct one. Before we find which option is correct, first we will convert this C program statement into optimized code using the common sub-expression elimination technique. Here, have a keen observation. X plus 3 is an expression. And here also x plus 3 is an expression. Here also x plus 3 is an expression. Just observe, whenever x plus 3 is computed, this expression is involving a variable x. From this point to this point, you just observe, is the value of x is redefined? No. Because not redefined, I can call x plus 3 is a common sub-expression. And also see, from this point to this point, again x plus 3 is there. Is the value of x is redefined? No. Now here I can call x plus 3 is a common sub-expression. The value of x plus 3 I wanted to take into some temporary variable t1. Now x plus 3 is common sub-expression. Because x plus 3 is a common sub-expression, it is computed for one time and use the result t1 here I'm assuming for multiple times so that we can avoid the recomputation of x plus 3 for multiple times. Second, and also observe y to f1. It is a dereferencing of f1 using the structure variable y. And here also you can find y to f1, dereferencing of f1 using the structure variable y. Between these two, you just observe, is the value of f1 is changed? No. Then I found the second common sub-expression y to f1. This result I am calling t. Okay, here I am calling t2. So instead of dereferencing for one more time, I can use dereferencing only for one time. This is t. And also observe, third time. Here y dereferencing f2. Here also you can see y dereferencing f2. Between these two, is the value of f2 is changed? No. Because the value of f2 is not changed, y dereferencing f2 will be considered as a third common sub-expression. Y dereferencing f2. Instead of dereferencing, one more time dereferencing, we can use this value as t3 and use that dereferencing value at this point. Now, after these modifications, now this modified code will be considered as an optimized code. In this optimized code, we need to find the number of addition and number of dereference operations. Look, first simple one. Here dereferencing operation is done only for one time. Here one time, here one time. That's it. And here the dereferenced value used inside the loop. Here it is used the value of dereferencing. Here also it is using the value of dereferencing. So means number of dereference operations. How many? There are only two dereference operations. That is only outside of the loop. Inside of the loop, inside of the first statement, the dereferenced values are used. But one more time, it is not dereferencing it. So the number of dereference operations in the optimized code are 2. And it is also asked the number of add operations. Here you can check how many add operations are required. Number of add operations. Observe this optimized code. In the optimized code, for T1, one add operation. Okay, this is one add operation. And this one add operation with plus T2 plus T3. Here, this is 1, this is 1. Right? So means this is one add operation, this is second, this is third. So means outside of the for, observe, outside of the for, we do have 3 add operations. Please observe carefully. Outside of the for, we do have 3 add operations. Inside a for, we do have if-else statement. In the true part of the if statement, here is p plus t1 because x plus 3 is a common sub-expression. That x plus 3 is replaced with t1. Now p plus t1 is one add operation. and Q plus T2 is one add operation. Means these are the two add operations in the true part of the if statement. And in the false part of the if statement also you see P plus T3, Q plus T1. Means this is one add operation, this is one add operation. In the else part also we do have two add operations. Now, how many times loop is repeating? Observe. Loop is executing from I equal to 0, I less than 200, I equal to I plus 2. Means I is incrementing for 2, 2. It means how many times loop is going to be executed? 0 to 200. What is the step size? 2. It means that loop is going to be incremented for 100 times. 100 times loop is going to be executed. 100 times. And each of the time either true part is to be executed or false part to be executed. Correct? Either true part or false part. It means this true part or false part is to be executed. In either true part or false part, we have two operations, two add operations only. It means 100 times these two add operations either in the true part or in the false part to be executed. Means 100 into 2, 200 add operations inside the first statement. So inside the first statement, we have 200 add operations. Outside of the first statement, we have 3 add operations. Okay. And first statement you can look. In the first statement also we do have an add operation, I equal to I plus 2. This I equal to I plus 2 is going to be executed for how many times? 100 times. Why? Because this loop is executing for 100 times. Now, total add operations we found it. Outside the for, 3 add operations, one for x plus 3 and one for t1 plus t2 and the result 1 with t3. So totally 3 add operations outside the for. Loop is repeating for 100 times. 100 times this I equal to I plus 2 is to be executed inside the loop. In the true part, we do have 2 add operations. In the false part, we do have 2 add operations. Either true part or false part only to be executed. And that either true part or false part to be executed only for 100 times. So 100 into 2. 200 times this either true or false to be executed. So total add operations are 200 plus 100 plus 3. Totally 303 add operations. 3 in the outside of the for, 100 for the increment, 200 inside the for. So total number of add operations are 303. The question is the number of add operations and number of dereference operations respectively. The number of add operations are 303, dereference operations are 2. Now, option A given 403, 102 wrong. 303 is true for add operations, but 102 is wrong for dereference operations. 203 is wrong. 303 and 2 is correct. 303 add operations and 2 dereference operations. So answer for this question is option D. Thank you.